What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ReCoop. I'm your host, Cooper Daniels, and today I forgot to put my microphone on. What's going on? Today is Wednesday, April 24th. We've been off a couple of days. How's everybody doing? Are we feeling good? It's echoey in here. Hello? Is it me? Okay, we're not going to sing that because you can't sing. Let's move this over here. All right. So, what's up? We got the market correcting a touch right now. There is some BTC and Bitcoin Cash going to be released to the Mt. Gox creditors anytime now. We'll look at that. Hedera Hashgraph had a big splashy announcement. I retweeted it with eyeball emojis. BlackRock tokenizing on the Hedera Hashgraph blockchain, or whatever you call that thing. DAG. What is it called again? There's a word for what Hedera Hashgraph is. Doesn't matter. It's not a blockchain, but it's fine. It's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. And then BlackRock, but then crypto Twitter, we're like, wait a second. The HBAR Foundation is being misleading, or were they being misleading? I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? Let the man's pump. But the problem is that this is what this industry is full of, is this misleading, this misdirection, making you think these partnerships are bigger than they actually are. And then it reels in a huge amount of retail FOMO. And then the people that actually know it's not that much, let it ride and then dump it back down. And then on the backs of a bunch of suckers. But I mean, if you bought in on early on the FOMO yesterday, you could have seen the article and bought it at 10, 11 cents. I almost did. A lot of unlocks happening right now. I think OP is having a big unlock. Sui is having a monster unlock in the beginning of May. And a lot of, like I said, Bitcoin will be unlocked from the Mt. Gox fiasco. So anybody in the chat, what's going on? Are you guys here? What's up, everybody? All right, fake pump is still a pump. You know what? I mean, I'm talking about pumps. Did you see what happened to Algorand last night? The hell was that? Algo. It looked pretty good, didn't it? I think it was all pretty exciting for everybody. I think Algo touched 27 cents. It's all the way back down to 22. But I don't know. I know that there's a lot of spaces coming up. I know John Woods is doing something with Lehman Baird, is doing a podcast or a space or something. And then there's also a Twitter space with Charles Hoskinson, the guy from Tezos, and John Woods. So they are definitely putting them out there. Hopefully that pump from last night is something to do with, news that's coming. Or it's just it's just Korea doing Korean things and DWF riding the mojo. Who knows? Play accordingly, folk. But is it the reason Algo pumped as well? I don't think so. Why would Algo pump with Hedera getting this BlackRock deal? Just because you're seeing BlackRock willing to go to alt layer ones? Maybe. Relax and Sleep says, makes sense that people would invest in HBAR, Algo, Bonk, and Whiff all at the same time. Yeah, I mean, if you're somebody that invests in HBAR and Algo, you are looking for something wildly that, can make sense. You're thinking, okay, institutions, you're thinking the future of tokenization, you're thinking of a lot of boring things. So maybe you want to pair it with some fun, like Bonk and Whiff. Was curious if the Algo pump had something to do with the HBAR also. Yeah, Nicholas. What's up, Nicholas? I like I said, I don't know why it would. Obviously, there is some vague sort of relationship between HBAR and Algo with the the key recovery thing that they're all working on, that I think HBAR instigated. And they're similar styles of blockchains, I suppose. They have similar types of reputations. But what's good for HBAR, I guess, in the end is good for Algorand, but there's no reason for it to follow in suit. So I don't know. I don't know if there's somebody knows something about Algorand, or if, like I said, it's literally what we see every once in a while, and it's a kind of this weird irrational Algorand pump when nothing else pumps. I mean, this has been happening. I've been in this ecosystem for a long time. This does happen where Algorand pumps all by itself in a very dramatic way. And this is before DWF. So it makes me feel like, I think the Koreans like to pump algo, but I don't know. I could be just making that up. It's a hash graph, bro. That makes sense. No, but it's just not it's not a blockchain. Nicholas, it was misleading, but what else is new? It's just another day in crypto. Yeah, for sure. There we go. Ibu says algo is catching a bid. Very nice. Overdue. Yeah. Wally Flyer here. Real name on YouTube. Oh shit. What's up, Nicholas? Your last name almost looks like it says Walrus. You know what I'm saying? I'm so tired. Doxed. Well, I'm not going to look after you. All right. Many shares of BlackRock fund were bought and tokenized on HBAR, but it wasn't BlackRock who did it. Yeah, we're going to look at that. I feel there was too much time between pumps to be directly connected with HBAR. Speculative, perhaps. Yeah, either somebody knows something or, like I said it a bunch of times. All right, I don't really know what's going on with the stock market. I know that Tesla's pumping. However, they phrased the announcement to sound like BlackRock did it. Yeah, so the HBAR Foundation definitely did. I mean, look, let's say something. BlackRock wouldn't have been in that announcement unless BlackRock signed off on being in that announcement. So at the very least, BlackRock allowed their name to be included in the press release. But yeah, like Ibu said, they bought a bunch of these, whatever. What is it? I don't even know. Algo is undervalued. It deserves to pump without any catalysts. Okay. That's good. I was seeing posts about HBAR and Algo partnership yesterday. People might have been trying to connect them together. Yeah. All right, let's go to CNBC. Let's see what's going on in the mainstream media. We'll scroll through. We'll look at the Mt. Gox news. We'll look at the Hedera news, and we'll be on our merry way. So let's share my screen. Let's go to CNBC. Feeling a little rusty? Okay, so the market is giving back the gains. Let's go right here. Sweet. All right, so the Dow is down 100 points. The S&P 500 is down 10 points. So yeah, so the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are sideways, essentially. The Russell 2K is almost 1% down, and the Dow is down 0.25%. Oh, wait. Did I need to refresh this? My bad. Never mind. But that was right. It was the same. Why the Fed keeping rates higher for longer may not be such a bad thing. They're going to sell it. So TikTok creators fear for their livelihoods after U.S. lawmakers pass bill that could lead to ban. Well, they're going to, ByteDance is going to have to allow the U.S. arm to be bought by somebody that the U.S. government is willing for them to buy. Meta is going to give their first quarter results today. Nobody cares about that. All right. The 10-year is up. Tesla's up 10% today. All right. Let's just look at Bloomberg real quick just to see what they're talking about. And then we'll move on to crypto news. Tired, man. You would think a couple days off would do something. Okay, so Biden's gains against Trump vanish on deep economic pessimism. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people aren't super excited about the economy right now. It's funny. All right. I'm not seeing anything that I need to talk about here. Reluctant traders are protecting themselves. Let's just not. Let's just get on with it. All right. So Bitcoin is hovering right under 65. We're not going to look at it here, though. We'll get there. Your crypto project needs a sheriff, not a bounty hunter. All right, great. Hedera's HBAR doubles on misinterpretation of BlackRock announcement, then falls 25%. Oh, shoot. They're playing a game of phone. Telephone. All right, let's, I guess we'll just read it here because it's the lead story. The market gave back, let me make sure you guys are seeing all this shit. Yeah. All right, the market gave back some of its earlier gains after realizing BlackRock wasn't directly involved in the tokenization on Hedera's blockchain. Okay, so it rallied Tuesday after the project announced that BlackRock's U.S. Treasury money market fund had been tokenized on the Hedera blockchain. The token gave back some of its gains when investors realized that BlackRock was not directly involved. Sometimes the use of the passive voice is just clumsy writing. Other times it's a grammatical structure to which investors need to pay close attention. Hedera announced Tuesday that BlackRock's ICS's U.S. Treasury money market fund had been tokenized on the Hedera blockchain in collaboration with Archax. I am, somebody plug me back in. Hedera supporters are on social media jumped to the conclusion that BlackRock chose Hedera to tokenize this fund, and the blockchain's native HBAR token surged by over 107%. Mason, friend of Algorand, BlackRock just tokenized one of their money market funds on Hedera. But while it was indeed BlackRock's fund that was tokenized, it wasn't the world's largest asset manager that did the tokenizing, which could explain why Hedera's announcement carefully said the fund is tokenized, not BlackRock has tokenized. Once the market realized this, HBAR slipped 25%. CEO Graham Rodford said that it was indeed an Archax, I'm going to go with that, choice to put the fund on Hedera. BlackRock entered the real-world asset tokenization sector last month when it launched its USD institutional digital liquidity fund on Ethereum. The HBAR token is still up by 61% over the last 24 hours, but the 2% market depth remains relatively thin. With 900,000 in cumulative bids on the Binance and Upbit order books with 2% of the current price of 14 cents. Can you give me any more information? Okay, so this company is buying and tokenizing BlackRock. The BlackRock Treasury, whatever. I'm so tired. The money market fund. Okay. The block. Ba-do-do-do-ba-dee-dee-dee. All right. Don't care. Oh, fuck you. Okay. Banks are in and Tether could fade if latest stablecoin bill passes. All right, let's look. The Loomis-Gillibrand Payment Stablecoin Act introduced last week would bring clarity to regulations that should encourage banks into the stablecoin market. Tether's dominance in the stablecoin market globally could slow since it is issued by a non-U.S. entity and is not allowed if the bill passes. Okay, well, that's important. Let's read about that. The latest stablecoin bill introduced in the Senate, if passed, could embolden banks to step into the stablecoin markets. The Loomis-Gillibrand Payment Stablecoin Act, introduced last week by Senators Cynthia Lummis and Kristen Gillibrand, would bring clarity to regulations that should encourage banks into the stablecoin market. Tether, however, would not be permitted under the proposed bill, which could reduce demand for the non-U.S. based stablecoin. An approval of the stablecoin bill would accelerate institutional blockchain innovation, in particular for tokenization or digital bond issuances involving on-chain payments. The growth of institutional use cases for stablecoins would create opportunities for banks as stablecoin issuers and may also reduce Tether's dominance in the global stablecoin market. The bill, if passed, would require stablecoin issuers to hold one-to-one cash or cash equivalent reserves to back their token. It also bans algorithmic stablecoins. If the new legislation passes, it would give banks a competitive edge by limiting entities without a banking license to a max issuance of $10 billion. Tether's dominance in the stablecoin market globally could slow since it's issued by a non-U.S. entity and is not allowed if the bill passes. This means that U.S. entities couldn't hold or transact in Tether, which may reduce demand while boosting U.S.-issued stablecoins. We note, however, that Tether transaction actively is predominantly outside the U.S. in emerging markets and driven by retail users and remittances. So basically, I mean, USDC already dominates the US stablecoin market, and Tether dominates everything else. So this really probably isn't going to hurt Tether all that much. Tether did not immediately respond. Senator Sherrod Brown would be integral to the passage of the stablecoin bill. The Senate Banking Committee chair told Bloomberg last week he is open to advancing stablecoin legislation in a package with a bill to allow banks to do business with marijuana businesses and other measures. The House is also working on his version of a stablecoin bill. That whole thing that marijuana businesses aren't allowed to be banked is kind of stupid too. I agree with Sherrod on that one. Mr. Brown, get it done. All right. Let's go back to the block. Bitcoin options worth over $6.3 billion set to expire this Friday. Robinhood lists SHIB, AVAX, comp for trading in New York. That's interesting. BlackRock Gaga. What a word. Over spot Bitcoin fund that accounts for 24% of the firm's total ETF flows. Don't care. Bitwise CIO makes 5 predictions. Hong Kong in-kind spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs to start trading on April 30th. Now, these are a lot smaller. I think a lot of you want this to be a bigger deal than it is, but a total of 6 crypto-based spot ETFs will begin trading in Hong Kong on April 30th. Initially, 3 spot Bitcoin and 3 spot Ether ETFs are officially approved to launch at the end of the month. Initially, 3 spot Bitcoin and 3 spot Ether exchange-traded funds will become available, but all right, we're good, right? They will have, you'll be able to, they're in kind rather than cash only. So you'll be able, the key disadvantage of only allowing cash creations is that the process has more steps than the in-kind model. This added complexity can increase costs for investors. That's another thing. Right after the delays in the spot Ether ETFs, BlackRock, and I believe somebody else changed their application to make them cash rather than in kind, which they had to do for Bitcoin as well. So reading those tea leaves, it makes it, BlackRock still thinks that they're going to be able to get an Ether spot ETF because they're making the changes that they think will get them there. So that's probably coming. The SEC probably doesn't want another lawsuit. Former Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao, that they can't win, by the way. They probably do want another lawsuit, but they don't want another one that they can't win. Apologizes ahead of sentencing amid 161 letters of support. Former Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao apologized for his poor decisions ahead of his sentencing over anti-money laundering. Some 161 letters of support from family, friends, and crypto industry professionals were also filed on behalf of Zhao on Tuesday. In a letter to U.S. Judge Richard A. Jones for the Western District of Washington. Okay, don't read all that. I apologize for my poor decisions and accept full responsibility for my actions. In hindsight, I should have focused on implementing compliance changes at Binance from the get-go, and I did not. There is no excuse for my failure to establish the necessary compliance controls at Binance. Zhao said he wished he could change that, describing how chaotic it was to keep Binance afloat in the early years, but argued Binance now has the most stringent anti-money laundering controls of any non-U.S. exchange. Going forward, Zhao said he would like to fund small research labs to help cure diseases and educational programs for the youth. Words cannot explain how deeply I regret my choices that result in me being. This guy is just class talent. Like, he is playing this. He disappeared appropriately. He is showing the appropriate amount of remorse. I mean, he's going to get a little bit of time and he's going to be out and he's going to be wealthy as fuck. This is how you play the game, folks. Words cannot explain how deeply I regret my choices that result in me being before the court. Rest assured that it will never happen again. Please accept my assurance that this will be my only encounter with the criminal justice system and that going forward, I will live my life in a manner that will make everyone proud. Oh, boy. Oh, buddy. U.S. DOJ seeks 30 months imprisonment. U.S. prosecutors are seeking 36 months. Did I say 30? I meant to say 36. Zhao's willful violation of U.S. law was no accident nor oversight. He made a business decision that violating U.S. law was the best way to attract users, build his company, and line his pockets. The United States recommends that the court impose an above guideline sentence of 36 months of imprisonment. And then they rebutted. Zhao's defense rebuttal was Mr. Zhao has paid massive fines. He directed the company to plead guilty before the court and to resolve related civil charges with 3 federal agencies. These factors strongly favor lenience. Zhao is scheduled to be sentenced on April 30th after pleading guilty in the U.S. to anti-money laundering and sanctions violations in November, agreeing to a $50 million fine and stepping down as Binance CEO. Binance agreed to pay $4.3 billion in one of the largest corporate settlements in history. There you go. Look at Blockworks real quick, and then let's look at prices. Yeah, this is what I was just kind of alluding to. Successful Hong Kong crypto ETF flows would pale in comparison to the U.S. funds. The project medium-term $1 billion inflow total for the Hong Kong crypto funds would represent about 2% of the region's ETF market. All right, let's look at Mt. Gox real quick. All right, this is what I was talking about earlier. Mt. Gox's looming $9 billion payout could weigh on Bitcoin prices. The defunct crypto exchange will distribute 142,000 BTC and 143,000 BCH to creditors later this year, 10 years after its implosion due to a hack. Mt. Gox creditors recently noted updates on their crypto claims, which may mean payouts may be coming soon. The distribution of over $9 billion worth of BTC could become a relevant negative price contributor in the coming weeks. The crypto market has mostly shrugged off last week's correction, but there's a possible catalyst ahead that could weigh on prices through the next few weeks, putting a rally higher in jeopardy. Crypto firm K33 Research said in a Tuesday report that Mt. Gox, a crypto exchange that imploded due to a hack in 2014, is gearing towards distributing 142,000 Bitcoin. Mt. Gox coins could become a relevant negative price contributor in the next weeks. The warning comes as creditors saw their BTC and BCH claims were being updated recently in the Mt. Gox claim filing system, a development that could foreshadow upcoming payments earlier than previously expected. Creditors saw a similar update mid-March on their cash repayments, with several users claiming that they have received the transfer. If the crypto payout process mirrors fiat refunds, creditors could start receiving digital assets as soon as next month. Well, it's unlikely that creditors will sell their payouts en masse, the report explains. The anticipation could prompt market players to stay cautious and avoid taking risks ahead of the event. Repayments do not necessarily equate to selling pressure, as creditors might opt to hold on to the funds, but it's an overhang that might spook the market shortly. There you go. That's what that is. All right. Let's go to prices. Okay, we're back in greed. Bitcoin right under 65, down on 2.5% in the last 24 hours. Volume is anemic. Only 26, almost 27 billion. Ethereum is below 3,200, down 1.5%. And that's looking that low. That's very low volume there as well. So we're in a very low volume arena right now, folks. Solana at 152. 3.5 billion in volume. XRP hanging out where XRP likes to be. Cardano, sub 50 cents. AVAX. Okay, so we're all pushing down in the last 24 hours for the most part, but the last hour has been okay. Near continues to rip. Litecoin, 85 bucks. Grayscale's buying a bunch of Litecoin. They think a Litecoin spot ETF is inevitable. Will there be any demand for that? Demand? Litecoin? ETF? Are you there? Are you there, demand? Hedera, 12 cents. Up 58% in the last week. Almost 6% in the last 24 hours. So it's given up a lot of its gains. A lot of its gains. Stacks is down 7.5% in the last 24 hours. Dog Whip Hat continues to be insane. Pepe also doing well. I think that the animals at Messina, sponsor of the show, friend of the show, they just bridged over Bobo, from Bobo over to Algorand. So will there be liquidity? We shall see. Bobo? Where's Bobo on this? We're going to look. Thorchain, doing pretty good. Algo, where did the gang go? Algo. Sorry, guys. This is a weird game that I play on my show. But this was all the way up to 27 cents last night, and it's gone down. It's gone down. Look at the volume on that thing. This is not what Algorand usually looks like. The volume is at 636 million. Usually, Algorand isn't doing those types of numbers. Top 60, baby. Sui's going to be giving up these gains. They're down 5%. A lot of volume there, I guess, too. I don't know what their volume usually looks like, but they're unlocking like so many tokens on May 3rd. Bonk is ripping. Look, 80%. It's intense. Bobo? I think I'm about to search for that. Let's look. Is this it? Is this the official one? Okay, Bobo is being a bit Bobo-ish. 69 trillion supply. They didn't get the memo, the pump memo. So it fell all the way down to whatever this is, but then bounced back. How's it looking? Okay, so it was having a good run. It's doing all right in the last month. It's performing, folks. It's doing numbers, but still, is it really that low? Why is it so low? I don't know. It's probably because it's not verified or something. Okay, let's go to Vestige. Hooker. Red wine hooker, blow gold oil. Inu. Down 30%. Aw, hooker. RWA. Got a shit sandwich from Folks Finance. Oh, man, we didn't win. No, bro, you won. You won, dude. You're so powerful. You have powerful moves. Did we win? Yeah, bro. I announced it. The decision is final. Oh, my God. All right. So Cabal, sorry, that's like inside baseball right there. Let's go. Cabal is also crashing. Papirium's feeling some life. Nico, it's got some love in him. Nico's got that love. Look at Gora. Gora's down 12% in the last 24 hours, but it is at 57 cents, which is fantastic performance. KoopCoin is pushing down a bit, but I mean, what do you expect? Markets fluctuate. I don't even know what to say. Nico's though, but look at this, man. Nico is climbing the ranks. They got almost a quarter of $1,000,000 in TVL, and their market cap's $500,000. They're doing a good job for sure. Cometa made it first page. Let's see what else we got here. Finite's doing all right. Finite's all right. Bumgarner's got a bunch of farms on Tiny Man over there. You can farm your, what is it? Just regular algo, right? I think it's just algo Bumgarnered, and you get RWA, you can get Coop, and you can get Bumgarnered. I don't know. I didn't look very closely, but I should probably provide some liquidity over there. They're friends. All right. Headline. Whatever happened to Headline? You guys still into it? Is there decentralized news? Where's my newspaper? I think Headline should just get into traditional newspapers. That'd be funny. What a pivot that would be. If Headline just started doing regular newspapers and the entire paper, it would be a perfect thing for my show, like the way I do Bloomberg, where I don't read the articles, I just read the headlines. Well, they should just do a newspaper of all headlines. That'd be fun. All right. Let's see. The hooker is underperforming. You guys were like, we like it. So much fun. I love the hooker. Nah, fuck that, bro. The TVL is growing, though. I need to add some if I want, if I feel like it. Look at the logo. It's all good. All right. Let's go back. Are you guys here? What are we talking about? Are you guys in this building? Let's see. Coop, what do you think about the fact that newcomers are not entering crypto nearly as rapidly? It's true, LOL. I'll go to $1, then I'll be wondering why it's pumping. Okay, Ebos is in the building today. Let's see. Many shares of BlackRock fund. Okay, we already read that. However, they phrased. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Coop, what the hell is up with Algorand? Did they not show up on the token 2049? What do you mean? No face? I mean, they were there, weren't they? Didn't Silvio give a speech? Silvio? So the unfortunate thing. Oh, no, that was in Paris. Yeah, did they not do anything over there? You're right. No face. I don't know. It's true, LOL. I'll go to $1, then I'll be wondering why it's pumping. Coop, what do you think about the fact that newcomers are not entering crypto nearly as rapidly as last cycle? We're still not close to mass public FOMO. We're not getting any of that. We're not getting any retail, or we're getting some retail. That's an exaggeration, but it feels like we're not getting much retail at all. And I wonder. I mean, I definitely have friends being like, wait, should I buy Bitcoin? And I've had that. It's not happening right now, but it did happen earlier, and they were smart. They were asking me this at like 38,000, 40,000. Hey, man, how do I do this? So, yeah. So there has been some. I think the spot Bitcoin ETFs, that narrative really kind of did bring in some retail. But now, I don't think anybody really understood what the halving actually represents. And I think that we're about to get chopped, and maybe chopped to the downside for a few months, couple months. The summer is usually boring. People go enjoy their lives. Are you guys going to do that? You're going to go enjoy your lives? That'd be fun. I remember enjoying my life. Just kidding. GM Coop, what's up, Samino? Been a while since I've had the time to stop by. Well, thanks for stopping by, my man. And it's because, like you're saying, the economy is much different. No stimmies and life's more expensive overall. Generally, seems like people in crypto are banking on newcomers entering. But to me, it seems like it's not happening. I bet that's what the next one says. Is far away. I think you're absolutely right. Well, that everybody got locked up in their houses, and the GameStop and the AMC and all that shit got people seeing like some sort of money printer in the sky. Then Doge captured imaginations. It'd been around for a while. It was funny. Doge was a massive onboarder to crypto. Massive. Very exciting time. Couldn't even get a centralized exchange account on a lot of levels that could buy Doge. So that was, I had lots of people talking to me about that shit. And then lots of free money, like the man is saying. But now people are tightening their belts. You know, buying a house is next to impossible. Inflation is rising. Jobs, people are having to work more than one job. They're having to hustle a lot more to support their. I mean, so there's less appetite for that. And then in the United States, the issue is that Bitcoin and its narrative and the solution that it provides is much easier to understand when you're thinking of developing countries and like debanked populations and or unbanked populations, or underbanked populations, and people that are really suffering from massive inflation or crazy currency debasement and all of that. Like that really, but in the United States, where most of this retail fuckery will come from, like even though people that are inside of this bubble see the massive problem that exists with fiat, central bank, inflation, debt, and how Bitcoin is a wonderful hedge, or not even hedge, but better money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That is going to resonate with less people in a place like the United States. And people are now just trying to fucking put food on their table. So their appetite to like figure out how to buy dog with hat is probably pretty low. So at some point, this industry needs to start coming up with solutions that actually appeals to everyday users, which I think is funny, because if you look at Zach XBT, now I'm not saying, I don't own any HBAR, by the way, but he tweeted something against HBAR about how, why would anybody use it? It's garbage, whatever he was saying. And it's like, they have like, actually Hedera Hashgraph has one of the projects on there that I think actually could capture the imagination of retail. And that's that karate combat thing. So you just got to have your eyes open. You just got to see what happens. You know what I mean? I'm writing a story. It'd be cool to be able to bring some of this stupidity to a bigger audience. All right, let's go far away. No big catalyst to enter yet. Meme coins are not as appealing to all people as crypto heads think. They're not. And they're like, we are overstating the importance of meme coins. Oh my God. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, we're overstating it. Oh, this is it's what are some of the crazy shit that people say? It's a bet on the vibes or the culture, I mean, and sure, in some ways it is, but you know what it really is pump and dumps for people that don't need to be held accountable, or VC manipulated garbage to hopefully create FOMO amongst the people that are still remaining. So sure, guys. I mean, yeah, if that's what it is and that's what you want it to be, I don't need to be a freaking old, but I mean, just nobody cares. All my friends that cared about Doge and then even maybe moved on to something like Safe Moon or whatever, Shiba or whatever garbage was around at that point, none of those guys give up. Okay, Bonk. Somebody asked me about Bonk, that asked me about all that other shit. But the Doge guys are not really around. I did get one text about Bonk. The interest is not really there from normal people. Mr. Bags is like, I would certainly take algo doubling and then giving back 25%. I mean, yeah, that's like, it's given back more than that, hasn't it? Because it got up to like 18 and now it's down to 12. But still, yeah, you like to see it move up, because what that does is that it gives you an opportunity to play an irrational pump, doesn't it? When you see, like last night, like if you're an algo holder and you've been there for a long time and you see algo absolutely freaking break its neck towards the upside, at some point, guys, you have to not be like, okay, it's finally happening. Freaking Sylvia McCauley is going to be the president of the world. You have to be like, all right, okay, how do I make some money off of this a little bit? Because I know they're going to give back some of these gains. This is not financial advice because you could get burned and it could be the trip to whatever. But like at some point, you're going to have to start playing it a little bit, being like, all right, I got to figure this out because I've seen this play out a lot. Algo goes insane and then it gives a lot of it back. But then, so you can play that and pretty simply and make some money. But I don't know. Everybody smash the like button to support Coop. What's up, Everyday Algonaut? I thank you. I thank you for the support. Relax and sleep. That repayment is 7x more than Algo's market cap. I mean, for perspective. So we're clearly back to where we were talking about the Mt. Gox repayment. Those people have been waiting a long time for their Bitcoin. A long time. And when they had that Bitcoin was worth a lot less. And now Bitcoin is worth $65,000. If you don't think that's a lot to somebody that hasn't had the Bitcoin since 2014, you're crazy. Now it's happening right after the halving. A lot of people, if you look at the trend in the past, you get a few months of like chop after the halving, and then we've been parabolic after, some months after the halving. So a lot of people are going to see that and they're going to not want to sell, or they're going to be like, I have no idea what's going to happen. And they're going to know a lot of people just got a ton of Bitcoin. And like that article we read said, market makers and all of that are going to anticipate things and play it more conservatively. So you've got to expect some chop. Wait, did it win? I don't know. No, it did not win. I'm still absolutely confused if RWA won or not. It did not win. It did not win. It won the first time, but then it was like, psych. Nah, it didn't win, bro. No win for you. No win for you. It's all good. No, it did not win Animal Style. RWA was shit on by our friend Ibu at Folks Finance. He has a interesting pattern of doing this. The first time through the community coin contest, he or Folks Finance released a graphic of the winners of the first round and put Coop in the wrong place, put it in third place when it had in fact won second place. And then they proceeded to just send that graphic with no context. After I had told them immediately, they tweeted it. I said, hey, bro, maybe fix your graphic. And then apparently he sends that graphic without context to AlgoMint or Pact without context and says, okay, this is what it is. And so they proceed like Coop is third place. And then, so they've been getting it wrong. But, they're trying. You know what I'm saying? People are trying. And apparently they took the snapshot a bit late. THC, after the snapshot was supposed to be taken, pulled a bunch of liquidity. So, but also RWA did pull some liquidity. I guess some guys from RWA saw that it lost and they also pulled liquidity. Seems like THC just had some in there to win the snapshot and then immediately pulled it out, probably to pay back a loan, but I don't know. To kind of, win the competition. People are going to do what they got to do to win the competition. I did not do that. I didn't pull out all the stops. The only stops that I pulled out were trying to have fun with the Rick Strong THC competition. If you weren't following along, Rick Strong, his son's daughter's little sister gave him 2 pot brownies on 420, and then he died from it. Or he faked his own death because then the next day you found out that he was like, what don't you, anyways, it was a whole thing. It was I thought it was fun. I think the good price of Algo will be the end of October. Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of good prices at the end of October. Tokenized gold on Algorand is better money. Bitcoin is useless money. Can't use it at all. For now, it's just an idea of a store of value, which is super volatile. But hey, we are here for the tech. That's why we follow Algo. Well, I mean, the problem is that if you actually look at this entire industry, Bitcoin is probably the most useful money because it's actually being used across the globe, is being adopted at a massive scale. Now, certainly after the halving and all these runes thing, the Bitcoin transaction fees have absolutely freaking skyrocketed, making it impossible to use it on the base layer, obviously. Now that's going to fade. I mean, runes or whatever is going to settle down and transactions aren't going to be that expensive. But to say Bitcoin is useless when it's pretty much the only one that's being really used outside of stablecoins, I'm not sure I agree. Are you suggesting you're creating memes for Borderless? They're still here, aren't they? Borderless? Borderless. Hello? Oh, you're on Solana now. Aren't they? No, they're doing a lot of stuff. They're doing great. I see lots of announcements from Borderless. Who is selling RWA on me? I know they're really dumping the shit out of that, aren't they, Bank on? Nicholas? Bullshit. Algo and Hedera will easily destroy the RWA narrative. It feels like it, doesn't it? I think that they will. I still think that they can, and I think that they should. And that's why RWA, red wine, hooker, blow, gold, oil, Inu was created, because I thought Algorand is the perfect RWA, the perfect narrative for Algorand. And yeah, I thought that. Tomorrow, there will be a talk with John and Lehman, Digital Titans Unite. Excited for that one. I'll definitely listen. But I heard Algo is also involved with ArcX, BlackRock platform. Well, it's not a BlackRock platform. That's the thing, Brock. That's the thing that we've learned is that ArcX, just, I mean, they're clearly BlackRock allowed them to put their name in the platform. I mean, in the press release. So that's good. That means there's a relationship and an open line of communication. But yeah, I haven't heard about Algo being involved with that platform as well. So that could be cool. I'd look at it. Yes, Algo is involved with them since 2023. There you go. Let's look. Let's Google ArcX Algorand. If that's the case, why didn't they choose Algorand? Algorand. Did anybody tell them that you could build Uber on top of it? Nobody told them? There you go. Yeah, they partnered up in 2020. This comes from Algorand Technologies. How ArcX is using Algorand. Is partnered with Algorand to develop groundbreaking financial products that will trade on its FCA-regulated exchange, powered by Algorand's recent smart contract upgrade. Okay, this is a long time ago, 2020, I think. We'll be able to develop a number of new products, including smart stablecoins and liquid alternative investments. These new products have the potential to revolutionize the way global financial markets traditionally operate in a new frictionless economy. Well, okay, folks. Now, you can read this in a couple of different ways. That Algorand dropped the ball on this and they've moved on to Hedera, or there's more to come. But this is from a long time ago. Algo. $2020. Yes, Bitcoin is and will. BSV, BTC isn't Bitcoin. If anyone reads the Bitcoin white paper, have you see all the fees to transaction with BTC and super long wait time? There was a further announcement. Okay, let's look at the 2023. I'm not subscribing, guys. There's this. Increases tokenized money market fund offerings. ARCX and the HBAR Foundation. So as back as 2023. Let's see. I'm just going through, I guess, their ARCX adds Solana and Litecoin. Algo. Okay. Okay, I don't see it. Okay. Firms target fourth quarter rollout of tokenized stocks and bonds. The London-based company, which is backed by asset management giant, will launch the pilot on June 7th on a handful of public blockchain networks. Will likely include Ethereum, Polygon, and Algorand. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Well, we're back. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for tuning in. What is it, 11? Yeah, it's about time for me to go. All right, guys. Well, good. It's been fun. I will see you tomorrow morning. I'll see you tomorrow morning at what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Thursday. So I'll see you at 9:30, 12:30 a.m. or, it could be actually 10. So it's either going to be 12:30 or 1 tomorrow. But in that time period, we'll do a show, and then I'm going to have then we'll be on Twitter with MESSINA. We're talking to PG, the former head of gaming at the Algorand Foundation, and a project called Footy, which is on Arbitrum, doing I think like fantasy soccer football stuff. So it'll be a cool conversation. Learn some stuff. All right, everybody. I appreciate you. Cheerio. To you, No Face. Thanks for showing up. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.